Hello folks, we've got an OU game here between two pretty solid players to say the least. Mencemeat has been a terror for some time in the OU scene, one of the chosen few by greats such as the Boom Banger and the Blues and the greats Astard. So his opponent is an Australian dude named daftmau5. He combined some shitty electronica dudes for his name. Mencemeat has been a pun on Salamence since I've been playing Pokemon, probably before that. As for the actual battle, then we've got some interesting stuff, like Mencemeat with his classic Tentacruel, and he's got a Volk, which unfortunately daftmau has a Talonflame, and that's as hard a counter as you get. And some pretty balanced stuff on both sides. Mega Gyarados for daftmau, unless he's got Mega Latios. And there's Lando to start off the game. Two Landos to start off the game. So I don't see a Life Orb. Well, I guess maybe it's like Life Orb HP Ice from daftmau, because that would help his Talonflame out, but at the same time his team's so balanced. I just see two standard Stealth Rock sets here. There's the rocks, there's the rocks. So yeah, now we're going to see two U-turns. Mencemeats could be faster, they could be tie-in, we don't know enough. Stonehenge doing pittance there as daftmau crits knockoff, getting rid of the leftovers. So daftmau running the Rocky Helmet while Mencemeat wants the longevity. He's got leftovers, but nothing there. Rocky Helmet would have helped out at least a little. I know CBB despises Rocky Helmet landers, but I think it's quite good, man. So, seeing as both their best Lando counters are Lando, and Mencemeat does not want Tangrowth to take a knockoff, we probably see this continue, since knockoff is way weaker without, what's it called? A fucking, the item. Jeez, I'm so sorry, I just blanked hard there. Without an item and with the Intimidate. Speaking of crits, there's the high crit rate knockoff as, or Stonehenge is knockoff does 9. Alright, let's get it together now. So these Landos are reminding me of the Cripple fight in South Park as they, flimsily hit each other. And yeah, I see this ending with Mencemeat's just barely alive, but killing the rocker, the other Lando is really important for both of them, because they've both got the quad weak fire dude, and there's Clefable, who's a pretty good switch-in. Mencemeat's got tons of good switch-ins though. He's got Tentacruel to spin, he's got Scizor to, just threaten chip. Although, since both of daftmau's preferred Scizor counters have Stealth Rock digging into them, and daftmau's only got the pursuit-prone Latios to get rid of Rock. So here comes Tentacruel. I used it once to silence critics such as the Boom Bang and the Blunder. That this is not his traditional poke. So I've been misinformed. And Tentacruel can do weird shit like Acid Spray to drop Spadef, Haze if it really wants to screw with it, which would just make the Clefable a liability. I don't like daftmau's team very much. It just feels, weird. And yeah, I know that's not exactly something you can fault a team for, but So Tentacruel's got rid of the rock, so Mencemeat has quite a bit of an advantage here. I just see daftmau firing off a Moonblast here, or a coverage move. T-Wave would ruin Scizor, or ruin Volcarona, barring Loam, but I see it being more of a bulky thing with Roost, considering it can help check things like Scizor, maybe Mega Gross if it's got a lot of physical bulk, and just the general pacing of Mencemeat's team, bulk, longevity, all that good stuff. There's Haze, there's a neutered Clefable, and yeah, I just don't see this going well for daftmau at all. It's just, his team doesn't dish out very much damage, and I know Mencemeat is not exactly firing off, brutal, hyper-offensive attacks, but it's just, he sort of relies on setting up and winning immediately with Clefable a little too much. And now he's in a hole, because his anti-Rocks dude, although he did chip Lando quite a bit, and that's good for Talon, but there's also T-Tar in the way, and T-Tar also messes with him. And this is a, exercise in futility if I ever saw one, unless he's drawing a rapid spin so he can get a free switch to whatever. Although daftmau5's team does look decent at staying alive if he can keep rocks off. But yeah, Latios denting T-Tar would also be nice for Talon, but then it's just going to get pursued and rocks are going back up. Mecha Gera, if it's got, Ice Fang, then it looks really dangerous to Mence's team. So, or MrJamvad, that's how you guys know him here on the YouTubes. Oh, he, mencemeat MrJamvad, whatever the fuck, the old guy, or so I hear, goes for another Scald, saying, hey, he's just trying to switch in for free, Latios on Rapid Spin or something. So I'm going to go for another one, and it's not like Clefable is exactly threatening me here. So, Moonblast gets a crit and does jack shit, drops special attack again, but with Scald, the threat is usually in the burn, not the damage. Here's Latios, there's the haze, and we're going to see a defog now on the T-Tar switch, and some people, mainly Dexa, like to say, Latios sucks because it's just going to switch in on something it counters, then, oh wow. Whew, well, he just put a dent in that T-Tar. I would switch now if I'm daftmau5. He's going to Scizor. There's no fucking way he lets this take another hit. He has no way to recover his HP unless it's like Chesto Rest or some nonsense. No, that's banned. That is definitely banned. Did you see how much that Pursuit did through Colbert? Jesus fuck. Now I think you definitely switch to something that handles Scizor, so Talon or Lando to get rocks back up. So that's my opinion. And Latios even survives Stealth Rock plus Sand once. So if you get it in, you get one more defog off. And T-Tar's taking a hit, so Talonflame's being helped out nicely here, considering it dumps Tangrowth, dumps Scizor, dumps Volk really hard. And Tentacruel is not, looking too great for it. Most it might do is live a hit at +2 with like 2% and haze. There's the switch to Tangrowth. Why? Come on, man. That's just a very, very average move in my opinion. Just going for another Earthquake. I mean, it's not wrong or anything, but now he misses out on all the benefits of what happened if he didn't pursue because he didn't want damage on the T-Tar. And see, that was awful. Not awful. I mean, you can't fault a guy for using EQ in that situation, but at the same time, it was just so short-sighted that I think it could have been avoided. There's Knockoff. That is not Acro Talon. So it's going to be using Brave Bird with no leftovers now, so that's no fun. We see a T-Tar or a Lando switch here. Well, the leftovers does hint that, even if we couldn't guess by the structure of the team, that it is a bulky Talon that makes Will-O-Wisp likely. And seeing as mencemeat's only Will-O-Wisp's immunity is Volcarona, then I would say that's pretty nice. So here comes the Lando, and Will-O-Wisp connects. So Latios should come back in here and use Recover, in my opinion. Since, oh, wow, that's Taunt. No, U-turn, but that was a great move from mencemeat because he kills off Latios, and now he has a CB Tar staring down Talonflame, which, like, OHKOs it even through burn with Stone Edge like 3 times. So he can even Pursuit here, probably, but there's no real downside to Stone Edging. So if I'm daftmau here, well, CB Tar is fucking dangerous as fuck, but he let the momentum slip away. So it's not a setup Talon, but that's also pretty nice since it means that well, it doesn't really mean much. It prevented rocks, but mencemeat made the right move, not getting too risky with his rocks, which he would like. And remember, Mega Gera is still a threat. So there are some Mega Geras. I've never seen one in action, but some that don't run Waterfall. So Tyranitar could have lived in EQ at high health, so that helps that if he is Crunch, Earthquake, Ice Fang. So if he burns the T-Tar, it doesn't really benefit anything other than, Talonflame. So I suppose Gyarados can set up on Crunch or something. No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Actually, no, burning T-Tar is good, considering how the one Stone Edge resist, especially with Lando having taken a lot of damage, is Jirachi, who gets approximately 6 trillion hit KO'd, or KO'd 6 trillion times over, I should say, by Crunch. I mean, even Crunch is a nice move here. In fact, it might be the best of them all. Because, I mean, Clefable, is that switching in? You know, the Clefable that gets bent over by half the team? So I think you just cut your losses and you Will-O-Wisp. Oh, he gets away with going to Lander as Stone Edge fucking fucks him in the ass. Goodness. There's Lando. There's U-turn. Nice move on daftmau5 end. Also not getting too eager. Although he's only getting rocks up now. Well, that's really nice. Considering how rocks hurt mencemeat a little less than daftmau5, considering he can spin and keep his if he gets his up. But a nice move, not getting too jive there. Considering if he sets up rocks, then on that turn, then they stay because of Latios switching in. Well, no, if he hard switched in, then he would have been fine, actually. So there's that. But now I think we see Scizor come in. I really doubt we see Colbur, Defog, HP Fire, Earthquake, Latios. So Scizor is a pretty safe move here. And I doubt that also has Pursuit, so I mean, at the same time, it would make sense for this to have Recover, but also losing Talonflame is not the worst thing in the world regarding Volcarona because he has Gyarados. I mean, he can't Mega it because then it dies to Bug Buzz. Should he be running that? Bulky Volks sometimes run like Giga Drain and shit. But yeah, so he could have risked it, but that's maybe another reason why for mencemeat to pursue. But no, going safe had little drawbacks there. So there's Lando, or there's Tangrowth, HP Fire. He does have HP Fire, and Mence making the nice middle move. So this is like the worst Latios ever, especially for a team that's trying to stick around. So he does approximately nothing to Tangrowth. And he is just going to regen all of the health off. Giga Drain doing nothing. And here we're probably going to see another Lando switch on the Forced Roost. For more U-turn into T-Tar fun. There's Lando, although he is now in danger. I don't think he would die to Acro, but the U-turn is threatening. I think you go Latios here. Then what happens? What happens though if he uses rocks here as you go to Latios? Then he spams rocks until you die, and then Scizor comes in and bullet punches, and rocks are staying. Plus, that means Lando is dead. Rocks going up means Lando and Latios die. So I don't know, man. Like, he should definitely calc Brave Bird here if he can get away with it, because just killing Lando would be nice, and burning T-Tar would also be progress. There is Latios. Oh, nope, he's going to not get up the rocks. I think he... Well, nice move, but nice move from both guys. But daftmau was, fuming at this point, knowing he... Because rocks there meant they stayed up. So, Tentacruel being faster... I would cringe so hard right now if he sent in Lando and got outran by Tentacruel and Scalded. That would just be fucking painful. On the other hand, I mean, now is not a bad time to send in Gyarados and go for a sweep, you know? Lando is pretty much dead. Lando is another DD, really. Volk, Scizor, Tangrowth's at full. I mean, assuming it has Ice Fang. But Tangrowth is taking heaps from that Ice Fang. If you don't Mega, then Giga Drain's not going to do as much. Plus, even if you Mega for the extra power, then it gets a ton of bulk. God, if he times out, that would be even worse. What the fuck is he doing going to Clefable? Like, not to mention, if a slower poke is in, then Lando will get up rocks. I don't know what that was. There's Volk. There's Calm Mind. I mean, this all makes a lot of sense to me and all, but maybe he was afraid of T-Wave. God, what is he doing? Why is he Calm Mind? Why is he playing this game? Okay, there's another Quiver. Somehow this team is too defensive for me to expect, like, HP Rock or something. So Fiery Dance does nothing, Spit F Talon is a beast. And here comes the Cibitar on the Forced Roost, or another Brave Bird. Will-O-Wisp here would be a nice move. I would respect that, as CBB would say. Nice move from both those guys, although the extra, fucking quiver dance he gave him was just bizarre. Although I suppose he's less likely to stay in. Well, if he's less likely to stay in with only one quiver dance, well, he might do it just to assure the next move is Brave Bird or Roost before setting in Tyranitar. But so there's that. But if he only has one quiver dance, then Roost, yeah, he's just he's Roost himself. I see. So Volcarona stays healthy now, and he uses Will-O-Wisp. Mence probably sacks Lando and then sends in the Tyranitar here. I guess he said, you know what, I'm probably not. No, he's staying and fighting it out. Is he going to Roost stall? Oh wow, that's putting pressure on him. If he can get away with this Volk beating the Talon, well. Here's the part where the extra quiver dance makes a difference. And you'll see how, with recoil and fiery dance, is putting him in a lot of danger. Also, a special attack raise would just... I mean, it wouldn't sweep, because he would just Brave Bird the second time. He really needs the Talon, but at the same time, just take the Volt kill and get out of there, man. Gara is your way to win. You are not going to beat that team with Talonflame. There's a Cibitar always lurking. So I think his priorities are a little out of whack. And now he might die to fiery... Nope, he lives. Take the kill, man. Take it. Well, now he can't even Roost on it safely because it's doing 45. If he Roosts on another Roost from mencemeat, then I will just, fucking freak. But Mence really wants this Talonflame gone. Which also helps out Scizor, of course, because he would much rather have Scizor try to bust through, which is his Mega, busting through Gyarados. And we don't know what the Jirachi set is. Scarf, I guess, would make sense, but like a defensive set with Fire Punch, I think would be better. Just ward off, like Ferrothorn and shit. daftmau5's team just is way too comfortable to play against, I think. There's Jirachi assuring no Lando, unless it's a... Well, no, bulky Lando is slower than bulky Jirachi. So, unless it's like a really fast bulky Lando, and the Jirachi has 0 speed, so... Mence could probably... He doesn't even need to go to Lando. Lando was just for Intimidate on Gara, which is also nice. Going to Scizor works perfectly here. As it's not like Jirachi's beating it, and he gets a free SD. Or he could, go for Rocks, see if he can get those, and, if he doesn't get them, big deal, he still goes to Scizor, but it just seems like it'd be nice to conserve Lando's Intimidate for when he can use it, when he's got such a free switch to Scizor, so... Tenna also works. Icy Wind, huh? Okay. Well... wonder what this set is. As it literally gives him 1% HP from Black Sludge. That's hilarious. So... Body Slam, okay. Scald? Unless it's Heal Bell Clef, that would be... Well, okay, he got a para on... Body Slam Icy Wind. That's really something. The only way Jirachi would be slower than 0 speed Lando would be if it's like Sassy or something. But maybe it's just... I'm not sure. I guess Clefable... He can even switch in once on a soft-boiled to Lando because he survives Burn and then get up Rocks. Although I think at this point Rocks are one of daftmau5's lesser concerns. It's more the Scizor. There's Moonblast, there's Scald. He's just forcing the soft boil so he can switch in safely. Maybe to Scizor so he doesn't risk taking a flamethrower on the switch. Being safe, that's good. No, there's Lando. I think that was a little too hot. Oh, come on. Who soft boils there? What did you need to soft boil there for? And, well, on the other hand, going to Gara, I mean, Mega Scizor probably wouldn't want to set up alongside regular Gara, but Mega Scizor also has a fuckload of fucking bulk. So unless that Jirachi has Fire Punch, it's dangerous. So I guess he could Calm Mind here and prevent the Scizor from SDing for fear of Flamethrower killing it or something, even though if it's bulky, then I kind of doubt. that +1 flamethrower would kill. I mean, Clef it got a special attack boost in XY, but not +1. But it's not enough. Scizor is fucking bulky. There's the rocks. There's the Calm Mind. Huh. Okay. CB Tar can also chase it out with Stone Edge, but I mean, Clefable is not the game winner here, I don't think. I mean, I just don't see it beating Tenor. Well, I could with a couple paralysis turns. Well, there goes Lando as well, so there's Scizor. He better have Flamethrower on that thing. Maybe the fact that he didn't T-Wave the Tenor earlier means it's likelier that he has Flamethrower. Oh, he checks for it. Nice move, very nice. And forcing it and then going Tenor. Now he can Haze. That's cool. I wonder if he has Healing Wish on that Jirachi. Then he could... Because Lando, in conjunction with the other dudes, would be really nice right now. Now he's going for the pairs. God, that does so little, even with paralysis. Like, I mean, he needs a couple pairs, and Tenor is just sort of letting it do what it wants. I don't see it running it out of Calm Minds or anything. I think he goes CB Tar on the next Calm Mind and just fires off Stone Edge. What does he need T-Tar for? I mean, the Jirachi probably beats it. I wonder if the Jirachi solos the team at this point. If it's got like a fire move. Because if Tenna goes down, then he probably can, since he's not going to be fighting. If Tenna goes down, then his Jirachi, assuming it has a fire move, which it really should. I mean, I don't know what it shouldn't have, but Icy Wind Body Slam, that's begging for a fire move. Unless he just likes half the tier just being threatening as fuck. Like Bisharp too. God, do you see how badly Bisharp rapes his team? My god. There's Calm Mind, there's Scald. Now we're going to see some more Moonblast Para stuff on Haze. God, it just does nothing. That is max Spidef Tentacruel, absolutely. There's the T-Tar switch on the Calm Mind. Nice move. He probably survives since he's got a lot of bulk, I would assume. And Stone Edge is going to put the Fear of the Devil in, like, everything. So, unless he goes to Jirachi or something. But, you know, then there's still Tentacruel to deal with. Although Tentacruel, paralyzed, less than 50, sands up for a couple turns. It doesn't love those conditions. That was a nice move on mencemeat and checking for the Flamethrower. And even if he used Calm Mind or whatever again, then... you know, he makes nice use of the Lando dead, so he doesn't risk getting crunched to death by Jirachi. Or just, I mean, I don't really see the need for all the health on Rachi, but... oh, he's at 89. Okay, with rocks up, that makes more sense. But yeah, even if he Calm-Minded again or whatever, then it's not like that was the end of the world. So that was a really solid move on mencemeat and just figuring out what it had. Here's Jirachi. So, I don't see what the purpose of this set is. I'm sure it's tailored very specifically to something, but I'm not exactly sure what that thing could be. Because his team, I mean, it's got Didi Garrett to set up and sweep, and I mean, Calm Mind Clef, which is eternally threatening to everything, yada yada, but I don't know, man, it's just weird to have a Lorachi on such a balanced team. I mean, it's not weird, but it's just not something I would see every day, and I'm sure it does cool things. So there's coming into more body slams. So one Iron Head, and that's in B-Slam range. So if this is Fire Punch, then that very well could clean. He makes nice use chipping it, so he limits the paraflinches he has to get playing around Scald by body slamming on the switch, and paralyzing Scizor would have been nice as well. So we see an Iron Head here, and then another body slam. I mean, surely it has Iron Head. Iron Head Fire Punch, you know, that's a rational set with body slam. Daft is thinking really hard. There's the switch. There's Iron Head. Okay. I guess he can try to knock off some leftovers. And although with weakened Tentacruel, he can chase it out with the Tar. And this time there's nothing to really sack. But weakening Tangrowth would also be great for Gara. Although it does regen out. But Clef, you know, switches in here and threatens with Moonblast, and oh, he's going to try to flinch it out. There's knockoff. That does a lot. Because Tangrowth actually has good attack. So there goes the Sand. So Tangrowth's at 54. So, well, I mean, it still beats T-Tar with a flinch. It beats Tenna with a flinch, maybe 2. And Scizor, I mean, it really depends on Fire Punch or not. Maybe he just throws out another body slam para, because, well, no, he wants to take as little knockoff damage as possible. No real downside to Iron Heading here, unless he wants to throw out Fire Punch, which would, weaken Tangrowth a little bit more, and would also catch Scizor, although I think he probably wants to keep it revealed for Scizor. There's Iron Head, there's Flinch. One more, and Tangrowth's, well, not down, but it'll have to regen out. And it'll be at 67 at this point. So, unless he just wants to, take his chances with... No, he's going to regen out after this. Now is where you drop Body Slam. Because either you Paratitar or Tank... Yep. No, he's just wasting Iron Head. Well, I guess he can Body Slam here, and that doesn't really make much of a difference, so that's fair. Just being safe is nice, in case he went to Scizor. Although it's unlikely, but Scizor, assuming the Jirachi can hit it, which is, I've been repeating this, but there's not really much more to say, and Body Slam takes it down. So, Mensa's going to... I mean, unless he wants to, play the odds, but he's at too little health to reliably do it. 12%, so he'll be at 45, and that's just, one or two flinches most. And then he's in a similar situation. So I think now is where he... Well, Gyarados kind of, fucks him up now. With all that damage on Tangrowth. Assuming Ice Fang, of course. But even Crunch at this health could be dangerous. So we'll see. He's thinking hard about it. I suppose it makes some sense for Jirachi to not have a fire move. Considering he's got, Talon and Flame Clefable. At the same time, I'm just not picturing... What else could... I mean... He probably would have wished by now would he had it, right? Healing Wish won't do much of something, although it just seems weird. This whole team is just really weird. David Byrne of the Talking Head, in one of their songs, he was like, first impressions are often correct. And remember, often, not always. But, yeah, just weird teams often. I mean, there's a difference between unconventional weird and just weird. And I think this one falls into the weird category. Neither player have Mega Evolved their Mecha Pokemon yet. Fun fact. Less than 150 on the clock. mencemeat's weighing his options. Of course, Mega Scizor is really bulky, so it could very well end up that he just tanks Fire Punch. No, he's going back to Tangrowth. Going for... maybe he wants Jirachi weak enough to where he can spam Bullet Punch a couple times to pick it off. Fire Punch does, jack. Actually, it might... Well, going to Clefable and trying to set up to keep Scizor out of its face, forcing it to Blow Punch, making it take the +1 thrower, is kind of risky because he has the CB-Tar, and guessing with, playing games between Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Flamethrower, sometimes having to Soft Boil would kind of suck. So, it depends on if his Jirachi's last move is Fire or not. I mean, I don't think he's going to reasonably para, flinch the Scizor, because it assumedly gets an SD on the Body Slam, and then it's just going to spam Bullet Punch, so you need a lot of full paralysis. Plus, it's got a bulk. Less than 60 on the clock for the daftmau5. He's weighing his options, because there's no way mencemeat doubles here. Unless he was just going purposely for more regen. There's the flinch, he just needs one more. And that might have not been a bad move, actually. Considering, well, maybe he does it now. But, no, he's just going all in, trying to get the hidden power off. And he does get it off, so that's 2 bullet punches for Scizor. And he throws out Body Slam here, or he should, limit the Scizor's switch-ins. There's Fire Punch. Now why would he reveal it there? Why? I mean, it's good for him that he has it, but why would you reveal it? That's so weird. That is so bizarre. Why not Body Slam? Why? Just, I mean, okay, I understand that he might have decided, I'll keep Tangrowth. I'll try to regen in case I can live a Gyara hit, and I'll go to Scizor. So if that would have worked out, well, even if it worked out, then it's still a Y move. Like, just, I mean, it doesn't make a difference. Now he is probably thinking, you know, I might have to try to bust through the flinch with T-Tar. But and you know, if that happens, then God help him. And I'm wondering if then Gara comes in. If it's Moxie Gara and picks up a kill, well, he might just go right to Scizor if he sees it doesn't have Intimidate. So, this is a tight one, folks. At least there's that, even though it's got a bunch of head scratchers. So, well, I guess he really he knows what he's weak to. So Fire Punch makes a good move there. So props for that at least. So 60 on the clock for Mencemeat. There's T-Tar. He's going to try to break through it, and if not, then you know, Jirachi does its thing, and we're about to probably see an example of it. Although if he uses Crunch, then Gara can Mega and DD, but then if he Megas, then hell, if he crunches, he could probably Calm Mind with Clef. He gets the flinch though, and here comes Scizor. God, if he uses Fire Punch and dies here, then I almost wanted Mencemeat to go to Scizor, but every HP percent is going to count in this situation. So, if he crunched, then Gara Mega-ing meant it was weak to Bug Bite, so not sure he wanted to play that. And then Clefairy, even if he busted through it, well, I don't know if he would. No, he would die to Bug Bite because he had taken Rock's damage and Sand is digging in, and then the two finish off Clefable. So would have probably been better if had there been although he could have going for Stone Edge against an Iron Heading Jirachi. Yeah, that's risky business. We may never know what his actual move was. So here comes Fire Punch. It's all on Mencemeat. He's calking his ass off right now, I think. A Fire Punch burn would just be a nail in the coffin. Well, that would remove all hope for Mencemeat to win. I mean, bulky Scizor, it's bulkier physically than Skarmory, so I mean, it does have the 2 times weak, so you can't really compare it to Skarm in that regard, but I don't think anyone was going to, and I'm just thinking of shit to fill this silence, because it's self-explanatory at this point. There's Fire Punch. That does a fuckload of damage. Oh, well, Swords Dance, Bullet Punch. It doesn't kill! That is a bulky Jirachi, too, and it kills the Scizor, and daftmau5 wins a Nail Biter. Thank you guys for watching. This was fucking tight, and, I mean, it had me scratching my head a lot, but both players played well. And I hope you enjoy this quirky OU battle. If that Bullet Punch killed, then Gara was not taken out, and it would have come down to Waterfall Flinch. So, catch you guys next time.